Good morning everyone, we are from Group 3 and my name is Vivian. Today we are going to talk about rape within marriage. First of all, rape within marriage, also known as marital rape or spousal rape. Rape within marriage can be defined as any sexual intercourse without consent that happens within a marriage. In this case, what consent means is that both partners are freely agreed to have sex. If one of the partner does not consent, then it is considered as a rape. In fact, rape between non-spouses has always been illegal. However, until the year 1975, every state had a marital exemption that allowed a husband to rape his wife without the fear of legal consequences. There are more than 250,000 cases of rape or attempted rape were recorded by the police annually, while the reported data had covered 65 countries all around the world. According to a study, it shows that there are a few countries are reported to have high rate of marital rape cases. There are many cases reported about rape within marriage in many countries, which include United States, United Kingdom, South Africa, and other countries as well. From the pie chart above, we can clearly see that the cases reported in US are the highest, which is 40%, and it is slightly higher than the cases reported in UK that hold a 30% from the whole pie chart. The cases reported in South Africa and other countries are the same, which is 15% separately. However, a total of 70 states in US still have some form of legal exemption for people who rape their partners when they are drugged or incapacitated. In UK, between 10 to 14% of married women will experience rape within marriage. And in South Africa, rapes committed by husbands or ex-husbands to women who had ever been married is 4 times more common than the rapes committed by the strangers. Last but not least, there are laws expressly allowing rape within marriage in 10 countries. These countries include Ghana, India, Indonesia, Jordan, Lesotho, Nigeria, Oman, Singapore, Sri Lanka, as well as Tanzania. In 4 of these countries, it is permitted even when the victim is just a child. That's all from me. Next, I will pass to my teammate, Grace.
So from our infographics, we will also be talking about who will be affected from the rape cases. So from the statistics that we found, it shows that not only the wives but also husbands in certain countries can also be affected. So then in certain other countries, it's also permitted when the victim is a child. So from the bar graph, we basically showed that there is around 45% for female victimization. Then there is around 30% when it comes to male victimization cases. And then there is around 25% for reciprocal victimization. So what does it mean by reciprocal victimization? It basically means that it is not just one gender taking advantage of the other gender. So for example, like if the male party in the relationship chooses to actually rape his wife, for instance, it can actually also be the other way around. So it is not just one side. So that is what it means by reciprocal victimization. And but it's one of the lowest ones compared to female victimization. As you can see, it scores 45%. So it is rather low because I think that is one of the ones that actually is in the more rural countries from our research. So moving on, we go on to the impact that these rape cases go on towards the victims and society. So these victims will actually suffer from physical and mental health, which will eventually lead to suicide. So, for example, these physical damages of the victim can actually include like bruises and welts, and also like broken bones and body injuries. One of the examples that we can actually show you is that the marital rape victims suffer very long-lasting physical and psychological injuries. So one of the um, like inserts that we found from the internet was that many victims shared online that they through from their experience after they went through they will feel very humiliated, and they will also constantly blame themselves for why they did not get out of the relationship sooner, and they will also have the similar feeling of guilt, and they will also slowly have the feeling of anxiety because they are very afraid of their future partners because of the history that they had from that one partner that they used to be with. So these are the following impacts that will lead on to the victims and possibly moving on to society.
For our last question, how does this issue affects our understanding of gender inequality? From this issue, we can clearly understand that how important is gender equality in the issue. In order to make both men and women equal, women should improve themselves in society by learning how to manage their finance and self-defenses so that they can be financial independent and protect themselves by their partners or their husbands. In the community, they should also express support enforcement in current laws and new legislation in order to combat domestic and sexual violence. Educational and prevention programs can be also organized and support more often in order to prevent cases like marital rape in the future. Parents at home can also show good example for their children, and by teaching them that violence and abuse are not a part in the family life. Parents can also play a good role model in front of their kids. And lastly, men should also be more educated and more gentlemen so when they suffer from marital rape, they will not feel shame to voice out their feelings.